Hey, what's up, Raider Nation? Happy Thursday. So it is day four of the NFL scouting combine. What takeaways do we have from last night and what's going on right now? To get started, Lee Hunter, Texas Tech defensive end, met with the Raiders. Lee's projected to get picked potentially mid first round or early second. Mock drafts have the 49ers or Bears picking him at 25. That's something to look at. Lee Hunter's a good player. We'll see. I just don't. I wouldn't want to trade up for him, and it's just there's going to be a lot of interviews, right? There's going to be a lot of conversations. Maybe if Lee Hunter blows the Raiders away, they think about making trades. But for that second pick, I think we still have a pretty good pick number. So I think I just want to get my offensive lineman at 2. The Raiders are in the mix for Jacksonville wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. The Pats, Bills, Steelers are also monitoring Thomas Jr. He had a great rookie season, but had a sophomore slump. He had some injuries there as well. And I don't know why Jacksonville would want to get rid of him. Many players go through the sophomore slump, maybe because they have Travis Hunter coming back, or who was filling in when Brian Thomas Jr. was out injured. Played well. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I'm sure there's many reasons internally, and they want to win now. I think you know Brian Thomas Jr. is a good player. I don't know why you'd get rid of him after a second year, but I'm sure they have their reasons, and we need our number one, so that'll be interesting to pay attention to. Cardinals looking to trade Kyler Murray. I know that's not going to have anything to do with us, but it's still notable. I wonder where Kyler Murray is going to end up going. So there's that going on. Andy Dalton also looks like he's going to be on the trading block or released. We'll see what happens there. Jaden Waddle could also be a free agent in Miami, liquidating sale. Everything must go in Miami, right? Leading to Tua looks like he'll be a free agent. I don't even know if he should continue playing. The injuries with Tua at this point, but I'm sure someone's going to want him, right? I don't know if he'd be a backup or a starter somewhere, but looks like Tua, will be available. DC, rumors are kind of heating up that he will also be available. Most likely he'll be in Minnesota. And I think that's really good for DC. I think he'll do well in Minnesota. It's also good for for the Vikings, right? I think DC would be a good fit there. And if Minnesota wants to compete, they're going to have to add an experienced quarterback because JJ McCarthy. I think a lot of coaches and the team they're kind of wondering, is he the right guy? Did we make a mistake here? And I'm happy that we didn't get JJ McCarthy. Thank God, right? Um, he never really showed much. Under Harbaugh's system with Michigan, he never really had to throw the ball. So they were running the ball strong in Michigan. So I'm not surprised that things aren't working out right now with JJ McCarthy. Do I want him to fail? Of course not. I just never really had high expectations for JJ McCarthy, and it um, looks like he might be replaced. Tennessee's already done with Cam Ward. Super crazy. I mean, everyone internally in Tennessee are kind of playing the blame game and saying that this coach wanted to pick him. I didn't want to pick him. A lot of finger pointing, and I still think Cam Ward. There's talent there, and he could do well somewhere. But it's definitely not happening with Tennessee, and not this early. And I just think, yikes, glad we didn't have the number one pick during the Ward Shador Sanders mania, because both of those guys are looking like they're going to end up not being much, at least not, first rounders. And we know the story. Sanders, dropped down all the ways to 6. But if we had that first pick, we couldn't predict that. Would we fall for the fool's gold, early? Who knows? But I'm glad that that's not our problem. Kubiak spoke on Rob Leonard and his knowledge, relationships that he built, and now he, and also he was wowed with the way he interviewed, with the plan that he had in place for the defense. They're going to be running the 3-4 defense. That will be the focus for Rob Leonard and the Raiders defense. So very exciting. And now we kind of know what direction we're going in the draft as far as, picks for the defense. We know what defense we're running. So that's how we're going to have to draft. So that's going to be interesting. It seems that Kubiak would also like to bring in another running back. So we have that two-headed monster with Genti. I like it. I had a lot of hope for Zeus when we traded Jacobs away, but not so much nowadays, unfortunately. And it may not be his fault. It's kind of not fair because our O line is terrible, but then you say, well, hey, look what Genti did with our O line, and look what Zeus has not been doing. So I like the idea of adding another running back. I mean, we need to bring that back. I always go back to Charlie Garner and Tyrone Wheatley, right? Flashback Friday. Remember those guys? If you never got to see them, look up some videos of Wheatley and Garner. That one too, great combination. If we could get something like that again, that'd be great. So, what are your thoughts, Raider Nation? Are you paying attention to this combine? I think we're going to learn a lot more today, but like what we were able to take yesterday, not as much Max Crosby chatter yesterday. So that was refreshing that we're focusing on the things that we should be focusing on right now. That is kind of out of our hands at the moment. So let's look for guys that we're going to be adding to the team. So Raider Nation, thank you for your time. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, share. Let me know your thoughts. Leave your comments. I always appreciate it. And until next time, peace out, Raider Nation.